Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills, lived a young girl named Miriam. She was beautiful, kind-hearted, and known for her sweet smile. Miriam had grown up in a peaceful home where love and laughter filled the air. When she met Daniel, a young man who was strong, smart, and charming, she felt like she had found her true love. After a short courtship, they married. At first, life seemed perfect. They moved into a cozy little house, and Miriam thought they would build a life full of joy. But Daniel, though gentle and loving at times, had a temper that would flare without warning. He was easily angered by little things, whether it was a small mistake in the housework or an unexpected problem at work. Miriam, with her calm nature, would try to soothe him, but often Daniel's anger would grow so fierce that he would storm off or remain silent, making their home feel cold. For days at a time, Miriam would carry the weight of her husband's silence. She wanted to speak out, to ask him to change, but she knew that confronting him when he was angry would only make things worse. So she stayed quiet, watching him, hoping that his storm would pass. In those moments, she would pray, asking for strength to endure, for wisdom on how to help him find peace within himself. Despite the pain, Miriam never stopped loving Daniel. She kept the house clean, cooked his favorite meals, and cared for him the best way she knew how. But more than that, she never gave up on believing that one day, things would get better. One day, after a particularly heated argument over something small, Daniel found himself sitting alone in their bedroom, feeling an unfamiliar emptiness. He looked at his hands, realizing how much hurt he had caused Miriam. Her silence, though not filled with anger, seemed like a quiet plea for him to change. He thought about how patient and understanding she had been, never raising her voice, never lashing out. In that silence, he felt a deep remorse. He had been blinded by his own frustrations and had let them spill over onto the person who loved him most. With his heart heavy, Daniel walked to the kitchen where Miriam was quietly preparing dinner. He stood behind her for a moment, watching her with tender eyes. Without saying a word, he reached out, gently touching her shoulder. Miriam turned, and when she saw the sorrow in his eyes, she knew that the time for change had come. "I'm sorry, Miriam," he whispered. "I'm so sorry for the way I've treated you. You don't deserve this. Please forgive me." Miriam's eyes filled with tears, but this time they were not tears of sorrow. They were tears of relief. She smiled softly, placing her hand on his. "I forgive you, Daniel. I always have." From that day forward, Daniel worked hard to control his temper. He learned to communicate better and to listen when things weren't right. Miriam, with her quiet strength and unwavering support, became the light that guided him through his darkest moments. They began to share their thoughts and feelings openly, and their home was filled with warmth and laughter once again. Years passed, and their love grew stronger with each challenge they faced. Miriam's patience and Daniel's commitment to change created a partnership that was built on trust and mutual respect. They lived not just happily, but peacefully, as they knew that true love was not about perfection, but about the willingness to grow together. And so, they lived their days hand in hand, knowing that no matter what life threw their way, they would face it together, with love, patience, and the strength to overcome anything. The end.